It happened around midnight off of University, just a few blocks from St. Cloud State University. And Kai Edwards is live outside of the police department. And Kaya, what is happening behind you right now?
Chris, Gia, good morning. Right now, we're seeing a group of officers standing there outside of the St. Cloud Police Department. You've got the Benton County Sheriff's Department and then St. Cloud Police here standing by, wearing helmets, wearing vests. And right now, if you see that truck there, they're actually putting up concrete barriers around the police department. So here's what we know about what happened so far. This happened just after midnight this morning on 10th Avenue South, just blocks from St. Cloud State University. St. Cloud police say officers were trying to detain an 18-year-old man when he ran away. It is unclear why they were trying to detain him at this point. The officers say they did eventually catch up with him on 10th Avenue South, just blocks away from the university, and that is where police say he physically resisted arrest and shot an officer in the hand. The suspect was hurt during the arrest with what police are calling injuries consistent with a cut. The officer and the suspect were both taken to the hospital. Both are expected to be okay. Now, we do want to pull up this cell phone video of a lot of people gathering at the scene there. You can see a lot of people at that, I believe, gas station. A lot of flashing lights there. Now, this morning when we got into town about 45 minutes ago, I did see a lot of people out and about as well. So a pretty active morning here in St. Cloud as we gather more information. But to address rumors that we are seeing online that this was a deadly shooting, and even here some people have come up to us and said that they're convinced that that happened. St. Cloud police are saying no confirmed deaths, that we're dealing with the two injuries at this point, the officer with his hand and then the suspect, and both, again, expected to be okay. Gia and Chris.
So, Kaya, you say they're putting up concrete barriers there near the police station. Are they expecting protesters, or are protesters down there now?
You know, they haven't said anything to us. So far at this location, we've only seen a couple of people drive by. It's unclear, but they are evidently standing by.
Yeah, well, we'll certainly be monitoring that situation with you, Kaya, there live for us in St. Cloud. Thank you.